Hi everyone, welcome to my week 3 progress report. Here's day 1 where we do the wash, rinse, and repeat. This is where we trotted up to the barrel, set deep, just kind of set deep, let Gigi turn around the barrel, and then picked up the reins in between the barrel to kind of make her move out, and then set deep again to make her have her gear points to see where she's supposed to rate. She's getting really good at this, and I'm really kind of enjoying this. It's kind of building both our confidence, and it's also building some really good muscle memory, I think, for both of us. So it was really nice to do this. I kind of squeezed this first day in after a 13-hour work day, which was a little bit rough, so it was really nice just to grab my horse, get to the arena, and do a little bit of this horse bars challenge and just have some time with me and Gigi. So on the 4th time doing this, I decided we'd do a little bit of a canter and see if she still would react to me sitting deep. And I was really pleased to see that we could pick up and canter in between the barrels using the correct lead. And as soon as I would sit back and sit down, I didn't even have to touch her face at all, and she would rate right down at her rate points and then pick back up right back into the canter when I asked her to between the barrels. We still are overworking that 3rd barrel just a little bit, just because I've seen so much progress in the last week just with working with her, that I really just don't want to lose where we're at with that. And of course, the great thing that I love about this mare is even after getting her hot and cantering and moving through the pattern, we can go right back down to the trot and the walk through the challenge, and she's just calm and collected and just all business. Hi everyone, here's Gigi and I at day 2. This is also another evening where we kind of raced over to the arena after work. This is the challenge where we did the 2 or 3 lopes of the smaller circles around the barrels. You can tell when I first started, Gigi didn't realize that's what we were doing, and she kind of just wanted to go and lope her barrel and go to the next one. But she did come back to me and she did really well. I kind of slowed her down in between the barrel to make sure that she would pick up the correct lead. So the first time we went through, she did this kind of well. She wasn't really sure what we were doing, and after we came out of each barrel, she thought we were heading to the next one. But after the first or 2 circles, she kind of focused and she knew what she was doing. So I went ahead and let her lope to the third barrel. This is the barrel I think that we need more of the work on, and you can tell she was really wanting to turn it tight and run home, and then right there she loses her hind end on her. So we will go ahead and I collect her back up and get her in the right lead, the correct lead, and we go ahead and circle it a few more times before I feel like we're confident and we're focused, and then we come back home. We go through this a couple more times, and you can see as I add a little bit of pressure and pull the circles a little bit tighter, especially around the second and the third barrels, she does lose her hind end and switches and starts cross-firing just a little bit. So that is something that this challenge did show me that we do need to work on with her. So we are adding some hind end exercises to our new weekly routine to get her to really get those muscles pretty strong and to make sure that she can move off her hind end and fire out those barrels. So this is really kind of an eye-opening challenge to see that I feel like she's doing really good and she can do small circles, but when really asked for it under pressure and in the barrel pattern, she isn't quite as strong as I'd like her to be. Here's Gigi and I at day 3, working on some basic fundamentals. Because of the accident I had a few weeks ago, I promised my husband that I wouldn't be out of a place that's not safe if I got bucked off or fell off. So we still are in the arena, but we're not working any barrels, and we didn't work any barrels this day. So I just kind of worked on Gigi, worked on some side passing, some flexion, worked on her collection, counter arcing both directions, which she still has a little bit of problem counter arcing to the right. So we kind of worked on that a little bit more. And then we also did the backup into the square in both directions. And then we also did part of the fundamentals challenge, and I can't remember if it was fundamentals 1 or 2, where we run up to a point and stop right before the fence, which is where my phone is posted, and make sure that she has a solid stop just based on my words and my body language. So I was pretty happy to see that she retained a lot of this stuff. It's kind of neat. I'm pretty sure she felt like it was a good, easy day. She really didn't have to do a whole lot of stuff. We also did do our warm-up routine where we trot and lope around the outside of the arena for 2 miles total, just to make sure that she stays in shape, and she's getting more in shape after having her foal. So I think this was a good day just for Gigi to realize that she didn't always have to come to the arena and work on the barrels. Just another fun fact that I'm throwing in there, just because I'm noticing it while I'm watching this video, is all this week I took the tie down off of Gigi, and she's normally a high-headed horse anyway, but look at that collection. And we've only been working on this, for a few months with fundamentals 1 and 2, but I feel like she's really coming down and learning how to collect, and she's not going to need the tie down much longer, especially in just basic training mode. So I'm super happy and super proud just to notice this subtle change that maybe everyone else hasn't noticed, but this is one of those times when I'm like, that is a really cool small win on this horse that I've had for a long time. That's always been high-headed and always been told, oh, she needs a tie down on. So I hope everybody else also had a great day 3. And here we are on day 4. This is where we worked on direction. This is where we kind of trotted up to the barrel, kind of went wide going into the barrel, and then kind of counter arced and moved your horse's bottom almost over to hit the barrel coming out of the barrel to make it like a straight line coming out. The first couple of times I over exaggerated this a lot. And again, when I'm working with Gigi, I don't have a tie down on her any longer, and I am just using regular boots. I don't have any spurs on her. I think the result would have been maybe a little bit more dramatic if I had my spurs on her, but I've decided that since when we're in training mode, we're both learning, and it doesn't need to be harsh. It needs to be something that's easy and she feels like she's going to be successful on, and I don't want to overuse spurs when I don't need to. So we went through this I believe 5 times. Each time Gigi did exceptionally well, and each time she responded a little bit better just to the pressure of my outside leg on the outside of the barrel. This has been a problem that we have, especially on our 3rd barrel, where when we come out of the 3rd barrel, she wants to go super wide. So overcorrecting this and actually overemphasizing that turn and over finishing the barrel, especially on the 3rd barrel, I think is going to be super beneficial when we finally do make our run, to see how we come out of the barrel. We go straight to the straight next point, we rate down, we do our turn, we overcorrect a little bit, and then we go straight to the next point and make our turn. I really am enjoying these simple little challenges that I can tell are going to make a huge difference in the barrel run. And of course, if it worked at the trot, I had to try it at the canter to see if I would get the same results. And of course, Gigi performed flawlessly. She was able to speed it up in between the barrels using her correct leads, and then as soon as I sat down, she was able to turn and make her turns and overcorrect. And then she did the same thing, and just look at that 3rd. I mean, we just need to do that in a run and it's going to be perfect. I'm so happy with the way that she's performing. And every day or every time after we do a little canter through, we bring it right back down to the trot and the walk, just to make sure that we kind of solidify everything that we just learned, and that we're not hot and bothered, and we're relaxed and we're retaining the information. Bosses, Brenda here. Just checking in. I work 12-hour days, so I was able to squeeze in about an hour right after work, right before it got too dark to ride, and so now we're loaded up and heading home. But just wanted to share with you today's aha moment. So today was the day when we asked for 70% speed with the split reins. And I know last week when I had the split reins, I was kind of like, I have too much reins in my hands, I'm not quite sure what to do. Well, today's aha moment was, it really doesn't matter how much reins you have in your hand, because if you ride your horse and then sit down where you're supposed to, your horse will turn. And it doesn't matter if the reins slip over their head, or they're dragging the ground, or they're really, really loose like mine were, which you'll see in the video. If you sit where you're supposed to, your horse knows that it should turn, because we've been working on that, and that's what it should do. So it's pretty exciting. I was a little concerned, gathered up my reins right before we tried for the 70%, which I think we may have gone a little bit like 75–80%, but it was pretty awesome to know that no matter what my hands are doing, or the reins are doing, or whatever else is doing, if my body is doing what it's supposed to and sitting at the gear down points and then raising up at the right points, my horse is going to perform. And I'm pretty excited, and I hope that everybody else had a great day and had a great aha moment sometime this week to share. And I'll see the rest of you guys at the end of the video. Day 7, both my girl and her baby got sprayed off and got a bath from all the yucky Arizona mud and rain we've had. So I hope everybody else had a great week 3. We'll see you on week 4. Bye.